Alright, so now in this video, Larry's trying to do that day 2 left all the AWS series, 100 days of cloud AWS series. So day 2 left title is create security group, right? Alright, so let me start it. So in order to understand the cloud, mainly for AWS or maybe for either Azure, we need to understand that at least basic knowledge of networking. So if you don't understand, if you don't know, if you don't have knowledge about that, so it might be a bit more challenging to do this last. So I think this given instructions is the same as with the previous video. So the Nautilus DevOps team is strategizing the migration of a portion of their infrastructure to the AWS cloud. So they will use AWS cloud for that problem. So recognizing the scale of this undertaking, they have opted to approach the migration in the incremental steps rather than a single massive transition. That means they break the big problem into small pieces. Um, to achieve this, they have segmented large tasks into smaller, like I said before, more manageable units. This granular approach enables the team to execute the migration in the gradual paces, ensuring smoother implementation and minimizing disruption to ongoing operations. By breaking down the migration into smaller tasks, the notorious double sync can systematically progress through each stage, allowing for better control, risk mitigation, and optimization of resources throughout the migration process. So for this task, create a security group under the 4 VPC with the following requirements. So here is the requirements. We will have 4 requirements. So we can use these credentials, AWS credentials. Alright, so you understand that what is security group? Security group is kind of like a safe security guard. That is who is working for a house, for a family, for a home, stuff like that. He will check every single user, every single guest coming to that house, coming to that app server. So here I will explain with a diagram here like that. So on the internet, there are gonna be million of users. They are using internet and they are using different sort of applications. So here, AWS Cloud has provide EC2 instance. They run and kind of like they run a house for running application. So we are running our app server on this EC2 instance, but that EC2 instance is running on different ports. That means um, that application is running on different doors. It is opening on different doors. So for that, here we need to set up with a security group. So first rule is for SSH access. So we can set up with a security group, and for HTTP access, we can make a new other security group. For rule 3, we can do HTTPS security group, opening on port 443. HTTP port is 80. SSH port 22. So this is user IP only. This is anyone on the internet. They are allowed to access to the app server on these web servers. Anyone on the internet here, the same plans here. So a hacker is this untrustworthy person. So they are not allowed to access to this app server EC2 instance. So security guard, this means security group have to check every single request. Is that person trustworthy? Is that person credible? Is that person reliable? So this is very important for the security, right? For an application. So that's why we need to set up with the security group. If it is port 22, port 22 actually is specific for a targeted users, maybe family members, maybe specific user, So if port number is wrong, we will block it. For maybe there's no thing from that space. What is that's not from the uh, security group list, we will deny it, we block it, we consider that is not uh, that is a person, this is a unreliable person. So like that. So yeah, this is the basic concept of the security group of AWS Cloud EC2 instance. All right. So how do we create that? So we use these credentials. We go to console URL and we use this username. So username I will paste right there, and this is the password. So I'll paste there. So for this lab, you can create a security group from this terminal. If you are familiar with the terminal, is easy, right, to create security group. All right. So, but in this lab, we use this user interface, AWS Cloud Console. So we will go to EC2 VPC, and then we will click the security groups. Now it has, this is current for VPC ID here, security group. So we create a new security group. I click that orange button. So the name is devops-sg. I will write, so I will copy that and I will paste it right there. So we have to get the description. So this is the requirement, the requirement. So I will copy and paste right there. So here's this VPC ID. So one more thing is we have to add the inbound rule. So inbound rule type is HTTP, not HTTPS, not SSH. So here is port range of 80. So what is port range? So this is basic networking knowledge you need to know. So port range is a specific limit, like a specific amount of users can access to that server, to that IP address. So but the source CID range is 0.0.0/0. So that means anybody on the internet can access to that app server, EC2 server. So we're trying to click add new rule. So here the type is we have to select with the SSH, right? Because the requirement is given as, oh sorry, not SSH, it's HTTP, right? So we will select with HTTP, not HTTPS. So and then they automatically select port range 80, and so it's gonna be anywhere. That means anywhere on the internet can access this VPC. So here IPv4, we use IPv4 version 4, internet protocol version, IPv4 internet protocol version. So here we use this. This is anybody, maybe billion user on the internet. So we don't need to add this question. All right. So we add one more rule. So another rule is inbound rule is SSH. So SSH is like here. Here's it automatically select port 22, and here also is the same IPv4 because here CID range is 0.0.0/0. So we added. So here I want to explain the concept of inbound rule, outbound rule. So inbound rule is the people that are coming from the outside, kind of like user requests, they are coming from the internet. So maybe family, maybe other relatives. So SSH allowed to enter to this EC2, our house here. So maybe delivery man, maybe postman. So they maybe use HTTP requests. So we has to allow those people to enter this house. But if it is stranger, we need to consider carefully, is that person is a trusty person. If it is not, we will block him. So this is very important. So here security guard will take responsible for that case. So only allow people enter. So this is the front door. If they are trustworthy, we will allow him. We allow them to enter this room, to enter this EC2 service, EC2 server. So here house is EC2. So anyone can exit freely. So here that means if it is a person, if it's a delivery person, he can exit back door. If it is another family member, he can exit from the back door, right? This is the outbound. So this is the inbound rules. This is the inbound, and this is for outbound traffic. So you can go out to the anywhere. You can go shopping to any store. You can go to school through pressing the back door. If you're a trustworthy person, right? So if you're not trustworthy, you cannot even press this first layer, security group layer. So you are not allowed to enter this front door, right? So this is inbound and outbound. So inbound is coming from the traffic coming in. Outbound is traffic going out from EC2 instance, right? So here, so we finish, right? So we create security group. We click this button. So let me check how to see SG from the terminal. So we can use this and to chat again for sure. Yeah. So this is the security group list that we created. This is EC2 service we use. So describe security groups. So what's the name? Security group name is here, devops-sg. That's the name we gave it, right? Here is IP range is. Here is description in the things we give, the same. Where is IP range? Here is a CIND IP range is the same. Here also the same. TCP protocol, HTTP. Yeah, now everything is the same as we created. Alright, so let me check it out. Right, so and click confirm. Yeah, so we finished for this lab. Alright, so I will start lab here, say yes and no issue face and submit. Alright, so thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.